I wish you're doing okay. I wish everything is going fine with you and your family. Today our class will be about solving system of equations. Last time I explained for you how you can solve the system of equation by elimination. Today I will explain how you can solve it by substitution. Next time I will explain for you the third method of solving system, which is by graphing. Let us start today class. Let us start today class and see how we can apply this method to solve a problem including two variables. Example. I'm going to start with easy example. This example, y equal 3x minus 2 and 2x minus 3y equal -10. Now we have system of two linear equations. Last time I explained for you the elimination methods. This is an easy example to solve it by substitution. Why? Why? Because look to the first equation, equation number 1. We have this, the first is solved for y. That I say solve for y, that means y on one side. Remember, in SAT, they will ask you a lot to solve for specific variables. As long as we have the first equation solved for y, all what I want to do now is to go to the second equation, replace y by its given value. What's the given value for the y? 3x minus 2. Then let us do it. In red, leave 2x, leave the 3, replace y by y equal 3x minus 2. You see what I did? I'll replace y by 3x minus 2, and this equal to -10. After this step, we end up with linear equation to solve. Just linear equation with one variable, which is x and x. Here, what you have to do first, you keep the 2x, and you have to multiply the number, what we call this, guys, the -3 by each term in the parentheses. We call it distributive property. Let us multiply. -3 times 3x, -9x. What negative times negative is positive. 3 times 2 is 6. And this equal to -10. I left this in green to show you that this is the result of the distributive property for this parenthesis. Now, then this, let us call it DP, distributive property. Here, what we're going to do, combine like terms. Combine like terms. Combine like terms, which is the x's, 2x minus 9x negative 7x plus 6 equal -10. Now we have x, we have a number, and we have a number. We're going to collect like terms now. Collect like terms, which is -6. Why -6? Because we have +6 here. To get rid of this term from this side, we add the opposite. This cancel. Then what we have now? -7x equal -16. Now the last step is to find what x. To find what x, we have to divide both sides by -7. Which is x equal negative over negative positive 16 over 7. Then we found what x. What left? Left to find y. Left to find the y value. To find the y value, you replace the value of x from this equation by the first equation, which is y equal 3x minus 2, which is easier for us. Then let us write the first equation again. Y equal 3x minus 2. Y equal 3x minus 2. It's good to have some fraction just to explain for you how to deal with the fraction. Y equal, again, 3. What x equal? X equal 16 over 7 minus 2. Now, what you have to do, multiply first. Multiply first. 3 over 1. 3 times 16. 3 times 16, guys. Guys here next to me, they don't know anything about math. It's just what? It's just helping. You know anything about math? 48. What I did, 3 times 16, 48. 1 times 7 is 7. Minus 2. Now, remember in math, in numbers, if you have no denominator, your denominator is 1. Now, I need you to master these things because the new SAT asks you not to use calculator. For some type of problem, it's good. That my denominator here is 7, I have to make this 7. Then you multiply both the top and the bottom by 7. Which becomes 48 over 7 minus 14 over 7. What 48 minus my denominator stays 7. What 48 minus 14 is 34. 34. Then I have x and y. My answer is what? Final answer. X 16 over 7. Y 34 over 7. What type of solution, if you remember from last time, what type of solution we have? What type of solution, what we name this solution? Remember, when we have one solution, we call it what? We call it consistent. This what? Consistent. Or independent. Okay, I'm going to do something quick for you to show you any two independent solution that intersect with one value. And I don't want to graph it right away now. We're going to have a full class about how to solve by graphing. But 16 over 7 is about 2 something. 34 over 7 is about 2 and something. And 34 over 7 is about 5. Is about 5 for y. Then the intersection between those two lines, they intersect at point. I'm going to show you how I'm going to graph these two. I'm going to remember these two equations. The equation I have y equal 3x minus 2. Y equal 3x minus 2. And the other one is 2x minus 3y, to see if our answer is right. Now I'm gonna use some type of graphing calculator to graph these function and show you the intersection between these two. Then the first equation we said y equal 3x minus 2, and the second equation 2x minus 3y equal negative 10. You see the intersection, we'll call it consistent, right? You see the as we said, right? You see, this is my answer. The intersection between the two lines, which is my answer. You can see it clearly, right? I said, as I told you before, if you go back to my explanation, I was a little bit more than 4, and this close to 5. It's about 5. It's about 5. which is true, right? When the system of the two-layer equation intersect with one point, we call this consistent or independent solutions. Okay, let us back to another example. Let us leave this alone, back to our board, and take a little bit harder example, The first example was easy example because I have one of the equations solved for one of the variable. But let us take this example. What I have to do if I have 2x minus, I'm gonna 4y equals 6. 2x minus 4y equals 6. Let me change the 6 to be negative 2, and then let me fix the y. Negative 10 and x plus 2y equal 3. Okay, I have two equations. None of them solve for any one of the variable. What I have to do, I have to pick one of this equation and solve it for one of the variable. I have to pick any one. Which one is easy for me to solve for one of the variables? Look, if I choose the first one, I have to solve for x, I have to move the y, then I have to divide by 2. Or if I'm going to choose y, I have to move the x and divide by negative 4. But look to the second equation. I have x by itself, it's alone. Well, what you have to do, just move the y. Move the y from the left side to the right side. And remember. 3 times I said remember, or 4 times, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, I don't know. When you move any term from any side to the always I say, if you cross the bridge of the equal sign, you change the positive to negative, or the negative to the positive. Then I'm going to leave x in red. I'm going to leave this guy, the 3 in red. The only guy I'm going to change the color, which is the 2y. The 2y I'm going to make it to green. It's positive. Negative. 2y. Okay. Now I have my second equation solved for what? For x. What you have to do, you go to the first equation again as we did before. You understand it? If you understand it, then everyone can understand it. I'm 100%. 2. What the value of x from the second equation? What the value of x? 3 minus what? 2y. Minus 4y equal negative 10. Now, it's easy as we did before. 2 times 3, 6. Minus 4y. Minus 4y equal negative 10. Combine the like terms. You know, all the time with my kids, my students, everyone, they have big problem with the negatives and positives. One day I'm going to have one video only to deal with the negatives and positive. Just wait for me. Okay. When we have the same sign for both terms, we add and we keep the same sign. Negative 8y. 6. Negative 10. Minus 6. Minus 6. Negative 8y. This cancelled, right? Why I put negative? Because there is a positive sign. When we have a positive sign, we don't have to write it. Then I put negative 16. We are lucky with this problem. Y equal 2. Wow, we get y as a whole number. Then what we have to do to solve for x, we have to take the value of y to one of the equation we have and find the x, which is easy to do, the one we solved, which is this one. You see this one? This equation. Bring this equation down. Okay, which is what? X equal 3 minus 2y. X equal 3 minus 2y. 3 minus 2 times what y? We found it 2. 3 minus 4, negative 1. Then x equal negative 1. Y equal 2. Let me write my solution. Final solution will be an order pair, negative 1 and 2. And again, this consistent, independent. Okay, thank you guys. I will see you next time with another topic of systems of equation. Have a good day, everyone, and be safe, you and your family.